Praise the Lord and welcome to The Truth Is.
G.O.D. God, homie. Can't join the mic. Beat that on the track. G.O.D. Some come dies. Whatever you is my star. So I call him G.O.D. I call him G.O.D. I call him G.O.D. I call him G.O.D. It's simply amazing all that it's done for me and how he set me free. Gave me the victory. You know me and how I used to be. I could have been dead somewhere in the street, but now I'm a church boy, work boy. Some call him Tyra, cause he's a provider. Some call him best friend because he's a rider. He's on the inside of me. One God and the Holy Trinity. That's why I say some call him Papa, some call him Jesus. Whatever you is my star. So I call him G.O.D. I call him G.O.D. I call him G.O.D. I call him G.O.D. Some say he's the man upstairs who will be there no matter when, nowhere. So I call him G.O.D. I call him G.O.D. I call him G.O.D. I call him G.O.D. God is my joy and the strength of my life. He took away my pain and took away my strife and gave me a wife and gave me a life and gave me salvation and his son paid the price. And now I'm a grown man crying cause I get choked up when I think about an innocent man dying.
Welcome back to Truth Is. Father God, we pray for spiritual, physical, emotional, financial, marital health, and healing to everyone who heard our voice. We have with us Minister Ron Newsom and Eric Pruitt, co-host and speaker Nicole Scott, and via Facebook, Sierra Williams Parker. And today we are discussing Roman penises and pussycats. So, Mr. Newsom, being an ex-wife, me and Nicole, we was wondering, why do men penises roam?
Well, there could be several reasons. One, penis is wrong because no satisfaction at home. A lot of times a man may be this way in the beginning, but there's also the other part of that man that people kind of miss. Women miss it, men hide it, and when they hide it, they decide they want to go out and find it.
Wow. What the heck do they miss?
I mean,
they still getting a vajayjay at home, so what they missing?
I mean, come on, there's vast varieties. You
break some down for us. That's what you heard.
A man may want a woman to holler.
Go on.
She may not. She may just lay there and say, I mean, there's a lot of different things that men may be looking for that woman cannot provide. She may could provide 3/4 of everything dealing with her, but that 1/4 she can't do, and that man might need that 1/4. I mean, if we go old school men back in the 50s and 60s, they had a wife. They knew this was the wife, the woman. I ain't gonna do nothing. But that wife and woman is missing one quality that I needed. So that man turned around and said, okay, I'll go get this woman. He'd get this woman and tell this woman, here's your boundaries. You cannot cross that boundaries because I'm not leaving this wife.
The side piece, they can tell the side piece that.
I mean, it's a side piece today. It wasn't a side piece then.
With the mistress, what was the other terms that they called them? You know, we call them side pieces. So I was calling mistresses. You don't know the other days what they was?
That's all I remember.
Sierra, you know any other names for the side pieces?
The other woman.
Biblically, it was what, concubines or whatever?
No, concubines is not. Biblically, a concubine is a woman that is not a committed wife. She is considered a wife, just like a girlfriend. They can be in a relationship, but a concubine was a uncommitted woman.
So, some of the Christian women and monogamous women needs to learn how to develop and get a freak flag, right?
Yes. Some of them need to find out their meaning. They need to find out about the man that they married.
Men lie.
Men may lie, but why you can't find out about that lie? Why you can't find out about the truth of that man? A woman's job is to be a helper to that man. How can you help that man if you ain't found out nothing about that man?
Miss C said so. You say something?
I said I'm gonna have to. Yes, I did. I'm gonna have to disagree.
Okay.
Speak.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. Me and my husband actually had this conversation a couple weeks ago, and what was told to me was, when a man marries a woman and that woman becomes the mother of his children and his wife, he sees her and puts her on a platform. And women always wonder, well, when your man step out, well, why is he stepping out with a woman beneath them? She don't look nowhere near as cute. She don't do half the stuff that you do as his wife at home.
Okay.
Well, he can't imagine the things that he wants to do with his wife and he should do with his wife. He don't want to do those freaky things that's in his head with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
In his mind, that takes her off that platform and it degrades her. So he'd rather go out and find that hoe and be with her and do all that crazy stuff that's behind closed doors, the threesomes or the
Back entry door.
things that he can't imagine. Yes, things he can't imagine doing with his wife. Because he will look at her differently. If he did do it, then that won't be the mother of his kids, because that's the woman that he sees cooking him breakfast in the morning, kissing his kids on the cheek or on the forehead and sending them off to school. Now he thinking all the stuff that they done did the night before, you just kiss my kids and send them off to school. He don't want that. He'd rather do it with a no-name chick that he don't care nothing about, because he has more respect and he put his wife on a platform. And it's okay to put your wife on the platform, but at the same time, you don't know the level of freakiness that your wife might be on, because you never came to your wife and told your wife what you had in your mind. But at the same time, he's looking at it like, I can't imagine doing that with my wife. I'd rather do it with a no-name woman that I don't care nothing about.
I see what you're saying.
Nothing to do with my house.
I see what you're saying. A wife can't slide the knob if their husband don't talk to them about it. Right?
I mean, there's a lot of things.
That's a piss poor excuse. That's an excuse to get out.
Mr. Newsom have something to say.
That's an excuse to get out.
What's the excuse to get out?
You just put limitations on your wife.
But something else do.
It's not that he's afraid that his wife might look at him differently or that she won't do it. It's the fact that he doesn't want to mix the freaky things in his head with the woman that he got kids with and have a life with. He'd rather do that with a chick he don't care nothing about, don't care what she got going on, because you ain't on a platform. It's not saying he don't love his wife, but he loves her to the point where I'd rather go do it with this chick that I don't care nothing about, ain't built nothing with, ain't got no kids with, than the woman that I gave my life to and take care of my kids with. And it's messed up because it's like, it's a step. And you put me in a box because I'm your wife. And yes, I might kiss our kids. Yes, I kiss our kids to go to when they go off to school. And yes, I take her to the house and I do this and I do that. But you still don't know my level of freaking because you're afraid to bring that in the household because you got me on a pedestal that I never asked to be on.
Alrighty.
It was something you put me on.
Mr. Pruitt want to say something. What you got?
Okay, so I got a
He's
question.
a retired Romer.
We all are retired Romans.
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I do have a question for you. Who is this guy that you're
She
talking
said her
about?
husband.
Your husband. And he said that he put you on a pedestal. And
He said
so,
some men.
Oh no.
He said some men put their wives on a pedestal.
He knew exactly what he was getting when he got married.
okay, so my thing
So
is,
we don't have that problem with, but we did talk about it because we do have friends that are, and I do have a good friend that is more out of the box than her husband is, and we've been helping her kind of
Develop her freak
get
flag.
her husband.
Ah.
It's not. Oh, she's not the one. She's not the one that needs to develop it. It's her husband that needs
Ah.
I want to give.
Oh, girl. That's why some people develop Roman.
I do have a question though. I have a question. This is what I'm saying. Okay, so the concept of what you just said was that the man put his wife on a pedestal.
Some males, yeah.
Some men.
Yeah.
And that what that
Yeah.
said is they don't want to do those freaky things that's deep dark inside of their lust
The handcuffs and all that.
with
good
their
stuff.
woman because they put her on a pedestal, right? I'm just making sure that's what
Yes, if they
Yeah.
feel like
that's a load of crop.
it makes them feel like
That's a load of crop.
degraded her.
That is 100% a load of
Look
crop.
at her different.
That let me tell you, whoever's the man that told you that is a load of crop.
But there's a lot of males
Let
that
me
say
finish.
this.
Let me finish.
Speak for the
Let me
men.
say this to
He's
you.
right.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
But
but
let me
there's a lot
explain.
of
Let me
males
explain
that
what
do
I'm
say
trying to.
it.
Let me explain. Let me explain. When a man telling you that he's putting you on a pedestal and then he going out and look at something else, he trying to do that thing where he got your mind thinking that he basically he's giving you a compliment, but in the same turn going out and doing what he want to do, and he. How can I say this?
He got an
Yes,
excuse.
He using it
That's
as an
his
excuse
excuse. That's all it
because
is.
a man and a woman that's married. Wait a minute, listen. Let me finish. I'm gonna go here with you. But let me go here with you. I'm gonna say the Bible says a man shall leave his mother and father
Yes.
and cling to his wife,
Yeah.
and they shall be one flesh. That's Philippians 5:31.
Genesis.
Philippians.
Genesis.
Isn't it all the new? Go on.
Genesis first.
Okay. Go on.
I'm talking about New
people.
Testament with Jesus. It's Genesis. I mean, it's not Genesis.
God said it to stand as first, and that was Genesis.
Okay, but we're not gonna go there. I'm just
Okay.
making the quote because this is what I'm saying. If they become one flesh, they together in this. So with that said, when you go into like something that's freaky and stuff like that, both of them, if they equally yoke with each other and they love each other and stuff like that, those things are gonna gravitate towards them. They can be the freakiest thing that they want to do, and she can go in there and kiss her children. That's only her man. Why would he think that would be nasty when ain't nobody else touching his wife but him?
That's right.
It would not be that way. There would be no way that if I was with my wife and I just did some freaky stuff and ate her booty out and everything like
Tossed
that.
the salad.
Tossed the salad. Then the next day we get up, done washed up and everything. She kissing my babies. I'm gonna be mad at that because that's my wife. We one flesh. It would not change.
True, but that's how you think. You gotta understand there are men out there that don't think like that. It's men out there, okay, for instance, I will use my husband as an example. My husband, I gave him his first daughter. His first baby girl. He got all boys. She's 2 now with her bad boy. He refused to change her diaper because she was a girl. And I'm like, she's a baby. And he like, she got too many crevices and crevices and he's like, yeah, no, I can't do that. I do everything.
Yeah, but that's not.
Change her diaper. There are some men, there are some mothers that know what they do in the bed, no matter what it is, refuse to allow their kids to drink and eat after them because they know what they just did.
I know I'm one. No, you don't need to eat after me.
And they refuse to kiss their kids or let their kids drink after them or eat after them. But
Well, that's just being sanitary though.
I mean, if you just
No,
did
that
the
means
oral,
they're germophobic and they have a problem. Because once you walk outside, you receive germs. Once you live in your house, you got germs. So it doesn't really matter where you go, germs are there. That's why your body is set up with antibodies to kill off germs.
It's about a perspective. And I'm not saying that their perspective is right. And I'm not saying that their perspective ain't BS. Because
I'm gonna say it sound like they just want people to say bullshit.
But it's just somehow some men think that it's not okay. And they don't say nothing to their wife. And it's messed up because if you can tell anybody, you should be able to tell your wife. If you can't tell nobody else,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
how you feel,
I agree with
put it
that.
in the bedroom, you should be able to tell your wife. And I guarantee you, if she's open enough, if y'all, like you say, equally yoked, she'll go for it, or at least she'll try it.
Not all people. Not all people.
You have to realize that there are different ground rules as far as who's going to follow the Bible and who's going to follow what they were taught. The people that follow the Bible already know the boundaries that they got to go. The people that follow the world, they're going to do what they choose and what they feel to do. Those are the things that people, and 9 times out of 10, most of the people are going to follow whatever their friend said, whatever their partner said, whatever their girlfriend said. They ain't read nothing over here what the Bible says, your ground rules. Eric just gave you an example. If the two are one, that's only because you're following the biblical laws of what God says. And there's not supposed to be any openness or any closeness when a man and a woman are following these biblical laws.
That's right.
Now, when you are according to the world, you can do whatever the piss you want to do. It doesn't matter because you're open. You're not under any kind of commitment because this is this law and here's this law. So when somebody comes up and says just what you said, talking about, well, I put you on the pedestal, I don't want to see you this way. I want to see that's bull. Because you already should know the woman that you marry, what she will do, what she won't do. Just like over here. You already know what she will do, what she won't do.
Now you know people fake act like they good.
That's
ain't.
But the woman and the man still should know. There's no way in the world you gonna be with a man ain't gonna be with a woman if she can't turn around and make his toes curl. She ain't gonna be with him.
People be lying.
Women
They just
see,
want that ring.
women see other facets of a man that she already know. There was a girl that was on Facebook fussing because she said, I gotta make 3 men into one.
Yeah.
I gotta have this man to be able to bone me down and everything.
Down.
But he can't do nothing because he don't want to work. He want to sit at home and watch
That's
TV.
why they develop
Then
women vaginas.
well, okay, but this woman was pissed because she had to turn around and try to find a man.
Yeah, that's the Roman vagina because her husband don't want to
If you
let.
gotta turn around and find a man, didn't you know what that man was doing before you married him?
They lie, girl. They lie.
A lot of women, and I can tell you.
Y'all killing me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What is this? Okay.
Rushing to a marriage, trying to get this ring and thinking, oh, I got a ring. You ain't take the time to get to know her. You ain't take the time to get to know him. Y'all rushing in. And y'all don't understand, marriage ain't just a piece of paper and a ring on your finger. It's a business. It's an empire, something that you build together. And if y'all don't have that y'all trying to build this house on this sand and it's not going to make it, if you don't have that foundation first, that marriage ain't gonna last. And that's what's wrong with our young and older people. We rush into things so fast, not even knowing the real person. And it's messed up because now you get married, the person get relaxed, and then they really start showing you who they really are.
Yeah.
Now you're shocked and trapped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Call it.
it's not only your fault. It's not only your fault, but it's the fault of the other person. Because if you felt like you couldn't be yourself in the first place, then you shouldn't have been with that person in the first place.
All right, let me see what Nicole has to say. You have anything to add or what?
Well, a lot of times people are not having those conversations. We start dating and stuff like that, and we're not having time or those quality time. We'll be sitting and saying, putting it all out there. Now, true enough, we don't come off as this freaky person, but you need to ask certain questions. Want to know what they likes, they dislikes, and stuff. What you into, what you're not into. Because once you sign those papers, I understand that you into all this freaky stuff. But if you didn't put that out there and let them know, you got to let that go. Because I feel you cannot just be dipping and dabbling. You can't leave the marriage and do all that. You cannot do that. But a lot of people do it anyway. You just cannot do that.
Okay. I had a conversation. Now, you know, when you're a Christian, you're trying to be all good, being celibate and things. And when you're celibate, you got to go by the person's word. Yeah, I'm a freak just like you. I want it every day when I get married. I want it every day. I'm going to do this and do that. So now, since you're celibate, you have not test driven the car. You ain't took the bat out for practice. So therefore, you said, I do. And then once you said I do, they just lied to get the ring. See what I'm saying? Why do people, males and females, sit there and act like they freaky? You shouldn't be married. A freak should not be marrying someone who else ain't no freak.
My question is, why would you be celibate before?
Why would you be celibate?
Why would you be celibate if you're in a relationship? Why would you be celibate all the way up until the day you get married?
Cause you know you're supposed to be trying not to do nothing till you get that license.
Where is it written at?
You supposed to be licensed.
There's nothing written in the Bible nowhere where it says you're supposed to be celibate.
But that's what Christians are taught.
Again, there's nothing in the Bible, no law of God says that you're supposed to be celibate before you get married.
That's what Christians are taught.
Tell whoever, show me any pastor.
I have no comment.
Any pastor. There is not one thing in the Bible that says you're supposed to be celibate before you get married. Because
not celibate before you get married.
Move off this.
Yes.
No, because if you really read it, 1 Corinthians 7 will tell you, this is how you treat a virgin woman. If you have a virgin woman, if that woman is not a virgin, then what are you sitting up here following? Why are you celibate?
That's what Christian women was taught. Don't be sitting out there test driving all the cars before you say I do.
Show me in writing where it's written that.
I said that's what people was taught.
Again, my question, why are you celibate and not knowing what you get?
Alright.
See, that's one of the key problems right here.
Oh, but still, how many males get a female? They say I do, and they just freaking them down all the way up until they say I do. Then come find out the woman already don't even really like sex.
Okay, again.
That's messed up.
That is.
You know, they sitting there doing the do until they say I do. And then find out slowly she drift away from sex because she really wasn't into sex in the first place.
Talking about with him?
Period. Some women are not into it.
I just got a question. So, we're talking about
Roman penises and vaginas.
No, both.
No.
It's both.
In marriage
and monogamy.
And outside of a relationship. Is that what we're talking about?
Why men develop Roman penises.
And why women stop giving them sex? Is what
we cover why men develop Roman penises and vaginas. Why we have Roman penises and vaginas.
So why women roam too, or
right?
Okay.
Why people step outside of their
segment? This segment of this, we have just been on marriage.
No, we've been on
single people.
There's single people still.
Right. I said single.
There's still single people.
Now back to what he's saying about the Bible. People interpret the Bible the way they want to interpret the Bible.
That's one of the biggest things.
And that is your interpretation of the Bible.
Not my interpretation. It's
That's
not written.
your opinion of the Bible.
It's not my opinion.
There's other people like myself that knows it's in there. We can disagree or disagree.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
That's fine.
We're right at this point right now.
Let's find it. 66 books.
I'm not trying to do that here because this is not the place for that.
Right.
We're trying to actually tell these people why they should be not cheating on each other.
How to identify, how to avoid Roman penises and vaginas.
How can you
syndrome? Like you said, if everybody just open and honest at the beginning and truthful, then people won't be developing Roman penises over JJ's.
A woman is only going to go out after when?
After a whole lot of stuff.
Okay, that's a woman. A woman is not going to make a move outside of her man unless she is past the point of being sick and tired of being sick and tired.
That is
of being
true.
sick and
So on
tired.
your point, why do you think a man cheat? You
On
tell
my
me
point,
that.
why a man cheat? A man cheats because one, a man it maybe he's missing something. He's not. His wife doesn't have what he needs, so he might go out and cheat. Or he could be. Well, let me back up. What kind of man you talking about? You talking about a Christian man or a worldly man?
There's Christian men that are worldly men.
Okay, again,
Because you cannot analyze everybody that's Christian and say that they are of God, because you don't know that. Only one person knows that is God.
the Bible says what? In John, Jesus told the people right out in their face that their father was the devil. And they said that they were people who follow Abraham. They were the sons and daughters of Abraham.
Right.
But if the sons and daughters of Abraham, why would Jesus tell them that your father is the devil? Because their mindset said that they were Christians. And they were not. They were worldly. So your mindset is either I'm going to follow what the Bible says, or I'm going to follow what I think and feel that I want to make it go. I just heard a bishop sit up there and tell me that God was a male and a female. And I said, it blew my mind.
Well, see, the thing about that is
that a interpretation?
But here's the
Is
thing.
that an interpretation?
What you just said blew my mind.
Okay, but is that an
See,
interpretation?
that's what I'm saying. That's still an interpretation.
But it's not written. So how can we turn around and read a sentence and all of us get the same thing in that sentence, but we read the same scripture and we can interpret it all different ways? There's no way. What's the difference?
Okay, but I don't want to get into an interpretation of the Bible. I want to get back to this subject. You said that a man, he cheats sometimes because
he misses
he
something.
misses something. Okay. Now, anybody out here cheated on their loved ones, or
I step out when they step out. I ain't say it's right, but that's what I did. Yes, I did. You step, I step, 2 steps. 1, 2.
Well, I'm going to chime in on that. Let me get in there. I didn't. My thing is, once I feel I have to step out, then there's no relationship because I feel I'm dirty. I cannot come back and present myself back to my mate because I'm dirty. So that means it has to be over. You know?
And a divorce happened, yes. A
I'm
divorce
talking about
happened.
in relationship. If you feel that you have to step out, then that means you need to go and get that person licensed to go. You know, or either you need to leave them alone because you are dirty to that person, to the next person.
How are you dirty to
You
the
dirty.
person?
I'm not gonna go out and do all those freaky things and come back and kiss you in your mouth and act like everything's okay. Because first of all, these diseases are real
that's
out here.
something that a man
Spirits are real. And my thing
That's
is,
true. Women don't usually do it.
It's something that a man
You mean you're one of the ones who actually believe you transfer spirits?
I believe that it is
I
true.
believe that
I believe that there's a diseases out here.
I agree with the
believe all this
diseases part.
craziness out here because, like I said, I had a gentleman that come, just keep on contacting me because the wife is sick. I understand your wife's sick, but that you still have papers. You know, your wife's sick, that'll not give you a reason to go out and step out on your wife. If you can't figure out something out, then you gotta let her go. You know, to do whatever you want to do. You know, true enough, a wife's supposed to be able to take care of her needs. I'm gonna I'm gonna put my own business out there. When I was sick, I gave my husband the okay. You go find somebody else, but you do not be out there. I need to see what's going on with that person. Need to come here. If you ain't gonna be out, they go in another room. But get the love he had.
Wow!
For me, the love he had for me, he did not
Now,
do
she
it.
said she
I
was
couldn't
sick.
do it. I couldn't
She
do
didn't
it.
want him to go with that.
Right.
I've only heard a few women actually tell their husband
But
to do that.
yes, because I'm still gonna do my job. I'm supposed to do my job. No, but if you sick and you can't do none of your wifely duties, I understand. But
Remind me of that girl that you take him and I got him on the weekend. You know the song?
No, I don't know the
What
song.
is that song where she said, you got Monday, Tuesday, and I got the weekend?
I think I know what you're talking about. I just haven't heard it in a long
forgot the name of the
time.
song. Woo! Y'all so else.
Just saying.
What you doing?
They always sound like, he's fine, you may have had him once, but I got him all the time.
I don't know about all that. Okay.
Well, I agree with what he says that there are many reasons why men cheat and women.
I just wonder why
I
people
think-
just can't be honest from the
But I think-
jump
I
what
think-
they need and want.
But I have learned this by talking to people that the initial true reason why people cheat is because they heard about something.
They heard about something.
No matter what a man tells you, and he can act like this, you may not agree with me,
Mm-hmm.
but men have deep emotions too about a woman. We get hurt, but we don't show it like y'all do.
I know that.
And when a man get hurt by a woman, I think it's different from a woman. A woman will try to hurt that man, but a man will try to hurt women that's like that woman. They'll keep going out, they'll keep cheating, they'll blame it on that woman that did them like that, and they just want to hurt all women. This is in a mode.
I've heard something.
It's in the mode of a lot of men that become dogs and everything like that. Get hurt by somebody. It doesn't have to be. It could be their mom.
Mm-hmm.
It could be their mom. But see, naturally, we are not bred to be cheaters and liars and stuff like that. Contrary to what people say, we are born in sin. But you don't
Right.
mean that you're of that sin.
Right.
It's where when you start getting taught, where you start learning as you grow up, what you experience shapes your life. A man, if he's grown up in church and all this good things like this, he get married, he ain't ever experienced that, you think he won't cheat? He will. Don't tell me that Christian that been in church all his life and this like this, he meet this woman that he won't cheat, because I've seen it happen. And it's just something in that situation went wrong that they didn't take care of. They didn't talk to each other. Like she said, marriage is a work in progress.
Yeah. I always
It's not
love
a
construction.
one-day thing. It's every day working. Knowing what each other is, their likes, their dislikes. I've been married 20 years now. Me and my wife are separated. But we're having dinner next week together. We're working it out. And I can tell you that all I can say is that spiritually, we're working on it. But are we getting divorced? No. But we're not together right now. But it depends on whoever get married. Each marriage is different.
Yeah.
Just like each person is different. When that person, we back to saying, becomes one.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all become one, then y'all marriage is different than everybody else's marriage.
Yeah.
We can put it in certain categories that this person is like this person may do something like this person, but each marriage is different. But so that means that marriage is pertaining to those two people. If those two people can't get together and find a way to work it out, other people that come and beat in your ear all the time, that happens so much times in marriage, that some man from the side want to come in, be in your ear. Girl, a man, that woman, this, that, and this, that, and that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's sometimes that women and men, when they are together, one person was never truly in love with the other. You got married for a different reason than you supposed to have been in a relationship. You wanted a committed relationship, but you didn't want an everlasting relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And there's difference between a committed relationship and an everlasting relationship. We're going back to this preacher man and what he said. An everlasting relationship is a relationship with God in the middle of your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Just a relationship that you want is something you want to get hooked up with somebody. You feel like you want to just be with somebody. You want somebody and you want sex. But marriage is not sex.
It's not.
Contrary to what everybody thinks here, marriage is not sex.
Then I'm like,
Let me say something to you, and I'm gonna end my turn, and I'm gonna let people talk. I met a couple where he was 98 years old and she was 82.
Mm-hmm.
They had been married that long. Stopped having sex in their 60s. Been with each other, happy with each other, and live with each other good. And he was still driving. And then I'm not lying about this. The thing, I asked him, what kept y'all marriage lasting that long?
Uh-huh.
And the first thing he told me, it wasn't about sex.
A lot of people ain't. Sex
It was
is still
about.
important
It
for
was
some
about
people.
sex. Wait a minute. Sex is important to
Yeah.
a certain degree, but it can't be as important all your life. Because
I
when you
see.
get older, you may not be able to get it up.
Right.
So if sex was the reason why your marriage was important, or if sex was important to you, and you lost it, where are you gonna go now? What happened to your conversation? What happened to your friendship? What happened to that joining love that you have each other when you can get together and work with each other and sex had nothing to do with it?
Right, okay.
See, I understand where we at right now, and we're talking about sex and all this good shit. Excuse me.
Yeah, somebody needs
This
to
good
invest in a
stuff.
strap.
But the point is, man, sex is meant to procreate, to have children. That's what it's meant for.
That's not all that it's meant for.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Show me in the Bible.
I'm not talking about the Bible.
Okay. So
I'm talking about common knowledge.
Okay, where does that common knowledge come from?
Every time you get into having sex, the one thing that you're doing with your person, and you're married to them, sex is just helps out the love that you have. It's a physical showing of your love that's inside.
Your body
That's all it is.
craving when
And if
you
you
ain't
lose it, if you can't be with that person after the sex is gone, then you never should have got married to him. My father told me one thing: if you gonna be with this woman, can you be with her if y'all can never have sex again?
That's true.
If I
That's
love
good.
her, and if I have God's love for her,
All right.
His spiritual love. No, bro, I'm sorry. Sex never was the reason or one of the main reasons why you should be married to somebody.
But still,
I'm done with what I'm saying.
If he can't get his sausage up, they invented strappies, the D,
You always can find ways to make yourself feel good.
or make them feel good. Since you can't do nothing, make
But
them
love
feel
has
good.
never had anything to do with sex. It is an action word.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It's a loving word. It's of God. And I'm sorry, we can go back and forth. You can tell me 10 times about the Bible, but His love is everlasting, and it ain't never been about sex.
Never. Totally.
Never.
Then why did he even mention your body ain't no longer your own?
That's for us humans. God is a spirit. God is a spirit.
Okay, we are still human here.
So he didn't kick Hebrews completely out. That don't mean nothing. Hebrews don't mean a thing.
What about Hebrews? You just said Hebrews. What about Hebrews?
What does the Bible say about your body?
Okay. Tell me about my body. You tell me
I
what the
can't
Bible
tell you
says.
about your body. Your wife can tell you about your body.
Okay.
I can't tell you anything about your body. I can't tell you nothing.
If you gonna quote something, tell me what you're saying.
I just quoted to you.
He
I
said
you
Hebrews.
I just gave you Hebrews.
He's talking about the whole book. A to Z. Okay. Now we need to talk about Roman for JJ's.
This is getting heated.
You hear me?
I love this stuff. Let's go.
We're going to discuss Roman for JJ's. I feel Vagina started Roman because lack of communication, as we said. The man ain't freaky. Some of them don't have no ambition, lazy, procrastination. What y'all think? In a marriage, because you know you get tired of all that after a while.
So
I'm a
you
dude.
speaking this in a marriage or in a relationship?
In both. In
both?
for
Okay.
license and monogamy. I mean, because you got to have something to build on.
Well, according to Eric, it doesn't really matter. That's what Eric just said. Because if you have the love and you have the godly love, according to Mark 10, if you have that love, sex don't mean nothing.
Okay, so what about the laziness, the slothiness, the procrastination of a spouse?
Well, the Bible says that in 2 Timothy. No, I'm sorry, 1 Timothy 5 and 8, where it says a man's supposed to be able to what? If he cannot provide for his own house and those within his house, he is considered an infidel, a non-believer. So if that's the case, then there's a problem.
Then that's why the
But
JJ
again,
wrong.
these are scriptures that people
Sometimes.
don't add to their lives. This goes back to we can interpret the scriptures any kind of way we want to. So if we can interpret the scriptures any kind of way we want to, that may not mean that.
So what do you think about a Roman for JJ? What can cause a
I'm not
woman?
gonna say anything because I'm not gonna say anything.
Nicole, what do you think would happens in a marriage that could cause a woman for JJ to wrong?
You putting it back on me. Like I said before, I'm going back to it. Well, I'm gonna explain it a little different. With us women, we have all kind of issues going on with the vajayjay, like you call it. And true enough, it get to percolating, it get to making noise, it get to throbbing, it gets to doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And if the man is not
Fulfilling it.
yeah, we be going through, so we still gonna have mental things going on. I mean,
Chime in for a second.
All that.
it is just a whole lot going on with us, you know. But that does not give us the reason to go out and just give it away, you know. But a lot of times, the women, that's why y'all call us what y'all call us, because we be going through, you know, and it just get to acting up.
They call us.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking
Just
about.
say it, girl. This is true.
Santa Claus say it all the time, don't he?
We can't have no friendly coochie. That's all I can say.
A friendly.
Santa Claus
talking wrong
Santa
with
Claus
JJ.
calls it all the
We
time.
can't.
Who
But
made that stereotype?
Man.
So why
Right,
would a man
I
make
am.
that stereotype about a woman? He can turn around and have 100, and if a woman has more than 2, there's a problem. So
Yeah.
why would you consider her or consider her a whore? Because according to what the scripture says, a whore is a woman who gets paid.
There you
for
go.
services.
There you go.
So I'm just trying to figure out how much you got paid.
Most of them ain't getting paid
They
nothing.
get
They
paid.
get a
That's my
smile.
question.
There you go.
And you get a little bit, you ain't got paid. Hopefully you got fulfilled. Some don't even get that.
Hold on.
What was you trying to say?
Chime in for a second.
Come on, Miss Sierra.
We have a watcher, Detroit King Tank page 2, which is actually my brother-in-law. He's been chiming in, but I hadn't, for whatever reason, was not seeing the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And to go back to what Eric said earlier, when he said, where's that in the Bible? He says, first of all, the word says when a man knows a woman, they are married. Remember when you were saying, Marvell, that a woman is supposed and a man is supposed to be a virgin before marriage, and once they are married, then they are to lay with each other? It does say in the Bible, he says, first of all, the word says when a man knows a woman, they are married.
It just says
He
he's having
also
sex. They had
commented and
sex.
said
That's
loyalty
all.
is what creates a marriage.
Yes.
If he do.
Let me see.
It says,
It says who told you to? Oh, when you're being celibate, told you to be celibate. He says Jehovah did not create us to be alone. He also says the thing of it is, if you take a woman's virginity, you are supposed to stay together, because when you know a person's innocence, that is your mate. Where we mess up is because we keep testing the waters and looking for the mate in other people. He says, look up Proverbs 3:34 and
really? 3 and 34? Oh my gosh. Let y'all read that. Ooh, let me let y'all read that. Oh my gosh.
Ephesians 4 and 2. It
4 and 2.
Remember, when 2 or more are gathered in my name, there will I be. Debating is trading knowledge. As long as Christ isn't arguing with the Muslim, etc.
He's not saying, he's not talking about marriage right now. He's talking about us being joined together as one, because what we're doing is trying to show people.
Well, and I said, as I was trying to be celibate, well, they were like, you gotta refrain from all that sexy.
Well, let's
When
get
you
into
sing,
it then.
He said 3 and 34. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he that giveth grace unto the lowly. What that got to do with what we talking about? That's what I'm saying. See, people, ooh. I guess that was a misinterpretation with what the Bible actually says. Maybe I missed that. Okay.
Which book you reading from?
That's the King James version.
Well, you know everybody don't read from the King James.
Oh, okay. Let's go to another version. I ain't got no problem with
KJV, whatever.
that. Yeah, let's go to the NIV.
No, because K is still King James.
I know.
They call that the
They go to the
international version.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in that. Woo.
my
Let's see.
brother was here.
And you wanted to know, was Eric speaking the new or the old?
He was speaking both, I believe, wasn't he?
Ask him, is he quoting the new or the old or the New Testament?
New.
He said new.
Okay.
Nah, right.
NIV says, he mocks proud mockers, but shows favor to the humble and oppressed. That's the NIV.
Okay.
So,
So,
I mean,
what's your
just-
question to him, Mr. Newsom?
I don't have a question to him. I'm just, the brother made a statement. I just, when I hear stuff, and I know what the word says,
time
I
that he
just
was
laugh.
making these comments, they were all coming through, but I could not see them.
Right.
So some of these comments were around 20-something, 27 minutes ago.
Where we at
So,
now?
is that what we were talking about at the time?
Mm-hmm.
But I see that, because I have the watch, apparently the watch party did go through.
Hey, Roger. Hey, Raji. Is that Roger?
Nicole, you got comments too.
So I have to get on another phone to go to the watch party to see those comments that are being made from people.
I
Okay.
don't know, but that's, you
Yeah.
got people watching.
Throughout all the conversations that we've been having, that's what's been coming through.
I mean,
Okay.
everybody has their opinions of different things. I've heard so many different things about the Bible. Everybody gonna have an opinion. The one thing about this brother right here, I do respect him and his point of view on what he says. Do I agree with it? No. But everybody has different opinions and way they interpret the Bible and different things. That's the way me and the people that I have been taught by interpret it. And
Right.
if you are single, you should not be cheating.
Okay.
Or, I mean, you shouldn't be with another woman. I mean, that's basically what we believe that the Bible says. Other people have different opinions on it. That's what it is. We can agree to disagree, and still,
couldn't they show
and
you that?
then still respect each other. I don't have a Bible in
No,
front of
no,
my
I'm
hand.
talking about the people that we can meet again. I don't have a problem.
But what I'm saying
But
is, I don't have a Bible
they
in
can
front of
show
my
you,
hand.
if they can show you that in the Bible, Scripture.
You talking
Well, it
about
says
what
it.
you ain't supposed to be having premarital sex.
I mean,
That's what he
I
said.
think-
Show him
I don't
the
want to
Bible.
get into a whole
Okay.
bunch of
What-
things,
what you-
but I'll ask you one thing. I'll ask you one thing.
Oh,
I'll ask you one
Miss
thing.
C saying something.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
Oh no, I was saying hi mercy. She just
Oh. Okay,
It
go
may
on.
not be relevant to this thing, but I'm just saying that it's just that. Nah, I don't want to get into that. I mean, that's another conversation for another day. I don't want to make this just a religious, because there might be young people
Regular people
that's
watching.
going to hear this beyond us talking here, because you're a minister, I'm a minister, she's a minister. I mean,
Excuse you. I went to Bethesda.
yeah, you're a minister too. So it's all we're ministers. I mean, sorry, they just married somebody that was with each other 20 years, and I seen their happiness, and I'm like, okay, that's fueling me in my marriage that's failing, that's coming back together. So I mean, I'm coming here looking at a situation like this. I want to learn something, and I want to part something.
Right. That's where we want to get it.
And I mean, people that's hearing this, I don't know how to say it, that each one of us have different opinions of this, but we also need to put where we are in this. Coming from a man that cheated. Why did I cheat? I was that man that had got hurt by my woman.
Now, how did you get hurt? Can you say?
I will not.
Oh wow.
That's personal.
I put
But I will
everything
say
out.
this. My reasons was cheating in a marriage was wrong. Should I have cheated? No. Either I should have left that woman, or I should have found a way to work it out or something like that. But that's a choice that I made. It was a lustful choice. Because I don't care what you're telling me. If you don't believe me, you don't have to, whatever. But I don't care what you're telling me. If you get in front of a minister or whoever you got married by, and you said you came to love, honor, and cherish this woman till death do you part, that's a vow you made to her that you broke.
You broke.
And I broke the vow. I ain't gonna lie, I broke the vow. I cheated. I broke the vow.
But what does the Bible say in reference to that?
I'm thinking about
better
what
not
I feel. Wait a minute. Not the Bible right now.
Okay.
I'm saying about what I feel about what I did to my wife.
Okay. What you did to your wife.
Okay. But what I'm saying to you is this. I know what I believe in my heart and what I believe. And I believe like this. I did wrong to my wife.
Who likes to know the subject? Okay, so can you please reiterate the subject?
Reiterate the subject.
We are discussing Roman penises and vajayjays.
But tell them what.
Why we have people develop Roman penises and vajayjays.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
And I'm just going to end this like this. I made the choice to be celibate. I made the choice not to do things that would disoffend my marriage or something like that. Is it a hard road to do when I'm not with my wife? Yes, it is. Am I still a man? Yes, I still am. Do I still have feelings and want sometimes to cheat and be out there when I see a fat booty or something like that? Yes.
That's why they created lotion.
But I'm making that choice because I'm married to her and I made a commitment to her. And I'm trying to go back to that commitment with her. And that commitment is one flesh with her. If I want it, then I'll fight for it. If I don't want it, then I need to divorce her. That's as simple as that to me.
That's right.
I'm done with that. I'm telling you my end on it. It's not about, I'm using myself right now because I think people need to know us.
Right.
I'm telling you how I am right now. Beyond what we know about, of course God is in my situation. Of course God is the reason why I'm trying to do that. But I'm making it personal because I want somebody to know that I have made the choice to do this.
Right.
Just me. And just me. That's my situation. But what I'm saying is open the door so somebody else tell their situation.
Alright. Newsom, have you ever been a victim of a Roman penis?
Of course. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What caused your penis to run?
What you mean what caused my penis to roam?
Yeah.
Well, for one, my penis don't roam. That's the problem. There's a difference in my life compared to other folks' lives.
Okay.
Now, to be with someone to have a Roman penis, let's look at that. Roman penises to me, if you're in a relationship and your mate goes out on you, and we ain't talking about a marriage, we said relationship.
Right, I said
specify
licensed and unlicensed.
Yeah. In a relationship, your mate can go out on you because that has happened to me. I was in a relationship, loved this woman to death. She couldn't do nothing wrong. Every man she slept with, I knew.
Whoa.
Every man she slept with, I knew about. Met him and everything. So, after a period of time, I guess I put on a female move. So
Oh, really?
I said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And then I turned around and I slept with this woman over here. And I said, Dad, I slept with. And she was like, oh, okay, we can do it again. I'm like, no, we can't. Even though, here's a list and here's my one. I turned around, went back to her. She came back to me. We still call us being together until she slept around that last time.
Oh, man.
When she slept around that last time, she ended up marrying that dude. That same dude she married beat the sleeves off of her for 20 years of their marriage.
Wow. Did she ever say why she developed a Roman for JJ?
Never said why. And will tell you to this day. We had just slept together in October. She got with him in October. But she'll tell you to this day, I never messed around on you.
Oh, wow. I know that. Ain't that messed up? Just like on these chat lines and stuff, they go come and screw me chat lines, and they say, I'm just on it so I can hear things.
That's nothing physical.
No, I say it's come and screw me chat lines.
It could be a come and screw. It's still nothing physical.
This is what my analogy is. I'm wondering, if you're not going to say the chat lines are restaurants, you going into these restaurants every day, the same restaurant, And
I
you
understand
just
that.
never planning on placing an order. You just going into your restaurants and never placing an
You
order.
might not want to place an order. You just going.
Every day to the same ones and never
doesn't matter.
placed an
If you don't
order.
place an order, it's just like you women going shopping. What's the song saying? Just shopping, not buying anything?
I don't
What's
want
the-
to shop.
Window shopping.
I don't want no
But
shop.
there's plenty of women, there's plenty of men that turn around and say, ooh, that look good. I look at the videos of the women coming out. True, I can go on my phone. My friend says all kinds. That's looking. I can't do nothing with them. I don't
But
know.
you still don't know if they ever placed an order, and that's the
Oh
truth.
my goodness! You placing an order with somebody that's on a phone, on a computer.
Somebody saying something.
We have a question. Roger asks, if marriage is about honesty, why do guys cheat?
Okay, Mr. Newsom, you want to try that?
Well, it's simple. It's dishonest. I don't know.
Then why do guys cheat?
The only reason, again, it goes back to basics. If a man is with this woman and he's missing something,
Or think he missing something.
it's something in his mind as a man that he's missing. He's not telling her about that. But he's missing something. He's not going to go
Or
out
think
and,
he missing
or
something.
what he might think he's missing something. But at the same time, he's missing something. One of the key things that Eric was talking about, everybody at this table talking about, it's all about a mindset.
Yes.
That's
If your
absolutely
mind
true.
is set a certain way,
Yep.
then no matter what you could be married for 40 years. If you got a mindset that says, I'm going to get me a Slurpee. I don't care what nobody said, I'm going to have me a Slurpee today. And you got that mindset, chances are you're going to eventually get that Slurpee.
Right.
It's all
I
about a
agree with that
mindset.
one. I ain't got nothing to say about that. I agree exactly with what he's saying, boy. It's all about your mindset. Because, go ahead.
Nah.
Ladies first.
I was just saying people cheat for different. Sometimes people start cheating because they so-called outgrew each other. You know what they're saying? They outgrew each other. They develop different interests in things. You know, some people want more and some people don't. They just settle for wherever they at. So it's different reasons why some people cheat.
Well, I got a question. So I've heard this. A lot of women say all men cheat. Now I know you've heard it before.
I used to say it. My
Okay.
pastor taught me different.
But they don't believe it.
Right. I be taught all
So-
men don't cheat. I can say that.
That's what I want to hear. See, women, I've heard women say all men cheat, all men are dogs.
That's not true.
They're not.
It's hot. Right. See how you want to take
So then
that?
I want to flip the script real quick. Do you believe men think that about y'all?
That all women cheat?
Some
Some, yeah.
Or do you think men think that?
some do.
Yeah, some males
Do you
think
think that some men are dogs because they think women cheat?
that. Do we believe that a man is a dog because he believes
I
a woman
said, do you think that?
No,
cheat? Nah.
Okay.
no. I
All about
believe
mindset.
that what happens is the good guy got cheated on.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's sad. Oh, you froze.
Yeah, she froze.
My girl froze.
Certain things. I had a voice, video call that came through.
Oh.
I believe that it was a good guy. He was faithful, kind of like the gentleman said. He was faithful to this woman, and she kept cheating on him. And with that, instead of doing the right thing to the end and not taking it out on the next woman, like the gentleman said that he did, some men be like, you know what? I'm gonna hurt the next one because I feel like that's what
That's
what they
cheat
want.
because they get hurt.
or it's what they deserve. Instead of taking that time out to heal themselves mentally and physically,
I agree.
they just go out and do what was done to them.
Mm.
That's what I think.
Some males are like that. So it happens. It's a possibility.
Now, then there's the other side of this, to where somebody just want to be a dog. They just love it. There is that other side now, where somebody just want to just screw everything that they can get their hands on.
That's the ones that got their sex strap. That high sex
yeah.
strap.
That's why the psychologist.
Ain't got nothing to do with
That's when the psychologists call them sex addicts. They say they sex addicts.
Okay, that's called a nympho.
They call it nympho.
That's not a high sex drive. If a man, he can have a woman with that's a nympho, and he might say, oh, well, yeah, I'm getting it. He getting it from the same woman. But if you're going out and having this woman, that ain't a high sex drive. That's just you just want to op your appetite.
And then blame it on the sex
You can be with one woman that's giving it to you every time
you just want plethora.
Yeah.
Right.
You just want a lot of different
People
women.
extra.
Yeah, so I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
But all you gotta do with the way that things are going now in these days, and all you gotta do is be honest with some of these chicks now.
That's what I say.
Yep, I agree.
They don't want a relationship, they don't want a man, they want a plethora of men. And you
Right.
got one on their list in their little black book too. All you gotta do is be honest.
gangster.
And that's
I gotta
the
grow up
some of these men, some of these men, they refuse to just be out. Look, I ain't looking for no relationship. When I met my husband, I let him know, look, I just got out of an engagement. My heart is broke. I am towed down to the floor down. I ain't looking for no relationship, because if that's what you're looking for, I'm not the one. If you want to wait for me, that's for you. But right now, I'm not the best person to be with right now because I've been hurt time and time again. And all I'm going to do, if we get into a relationship, is hurt you. So it's best that I don't get into anything. And he waited for me.
That's the way it was for mine.
And he helped me, build myself back up. He was there for me. We stayed friends. We were friends for 4 years. In those 4 years, he chased me. That man told me he was going to be my husband. I laughed in his face several times. I laughed, literally laughed in his face. Like, I'm not going to be your wife. Nah. And we ended up with what happened. I am now Mrs. Parker. It'll be 5 years in June. And I love that. And I love that man to death. I mean, and I can understand what Eric said earlier when he said that he knew a couple that was 60 years old and they're not having sex and it was okay. I went through a health problem. I had fibroids a year after we got married. We got married in 2015. In 2016, I had fibroids. And that caused me to bleed every day for a year straight. So there was no sex in our relationship, not even a little bit. And did that man step out on me? Not even once.
Because it wasn't about the sex. Because it wasn't about the sex. It's because he loves you.
Exactly. And he stood by me.
When he knew he'd be back.
He was.
Well, how did he know that?
What do you mean?
Nothing is for certain.
And it was okay. Intimacy, sex is about intimacy, and it is important in a marriage. It is a part of marriage.
That's what I said.
Yes, but when you get past that,
yeah,
it's beautiful. And what people don't understand is when you're in a regular, I've learned this, when you're in a regular relationship, people think, boy, it ain't nowhere near as hard as being married.
Right.
Because you are fighting for the marriage every single day. You got exes popping up, trying to get back. I can count on my fingers and my toes how many exes popped up from the time me and him first got married to now. And I'm like, you too late, player. I'm married now. and they get mad at me because I done got married. Well, I'm supposed to sit and wait for you? No. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm sure I know he done had exes popped up and women and stuff like that. And he has his own ritual on how he stays faithful, and I have mine. He don't even acknowledge there's another woman. There's a beautiful woman. He didn't even see her. I don't see how he does it, but he does it.
I say look and don't look.
It's a mindset.
That's what I'm talking about. I see and then I turn so I don't see, so I don't even remember what I saw.
I had a neighbor. She got married in August, the year before me and him did. After me and him came back from our honeymoon, she was my neighbor. We went to her wedding. she will speak to him every day he came home from work. He wouldn't say nothing to her. He didn't even acknowledge that she was there. And she came to me and was like, is your husband mad at me? What's wrong with her? I said, oh, what happened? What's wrong? She said, I be speaking to him. I say hi to him. And he just keep going. I ain't said nothing. Like, I ain't even there. I said, oh, that's just how he is.
Mm-hmm.
He don't no other woman besides his wife. I said, I'll talk to him and I'll remind him who you are. And when I reminded him, hey, that's my neighbor, that's my friend, we went to her wedding, he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And when she started speaking, then he will speak back. But he don't put himself in no situation where no woman can come back and tell me he said or he did anything.
Right.
And I love him for it. And I love him for it.
Mm-hmm.
But these people, young and old, have to understand that marriage ain't no game. And that's what the problem is in our culture. They do it to do it, and they don't take it serious. And they don't understand the seriousness of that ring and that piece of paper.
It's way beyond.
And that's the problem. And when you're in a relationship, it's okay to be in a relationship. It's okay to make mistakes. But the problem is, did you learn from your mistakes? If you had a wandering penis or a wandering vagina, it's okay. But did you learn from your mistake?
Right.
You did.
That's what I'm saying.
Worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Losing that person that you were with
There you
that
go.
was good to you.
That's what I'm saying.
You learn from it, as we were all taught in school, in history, you're doomed to repeat it.
There you go.
Keep repeating it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's
And
exactly.
that's the problem. And another thing people gotta understand, not only are you doomed to repeat it, but then you're also doing on you. So God might have to teach you in another lesson, in another way, where what you were doing to people is being done onto you now.
Right.
So now you feel how you made that other person you were with feel. And some people don't learn that lesson until it's done. And I can actually say that I've done that. I was in a relationship. I was 15. I was in a relationship. I loved that boy. He was 18. We were engaged. We were going to get married when I graduated high school. He kept cheating on me, kept cheating on me, kept cheating on me. I loved him, and he kept cheating on me. Until I said, you know what? All right, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. I cheated on him. I'm not that. I was petty. I was real petty when I was young. I cheated on him. And then I told him I cheated on him. And when he found out, he cried, why would you do that to me? I said, you see how you feel now? That's how I felt every time you cheated on me. Now you know how I feel. And I said, you know what? He was saying, well, we can work it out. No, we can't. I'm done. Because I've always felt if I have to go out and cheat on you, then we don't need to be together.
There you go.
That's right.
And a woman, and one thing a good woman and a good man would do is keep telling you what they're missing and what they
There you go. Communication. Communication.
And that's what I did. After I did that, I walked away. And I have not been back since. And a woman will tell a man in a relationship, I need your time. I need you to spend time with me.
Right.
I need you to spend time. I need you to spend time with me. I need you to spend time with me. They're going to keep telling you. And then once they see another man is willing to spend time with them, because you didn't spend time with them, okay, I'm done with you. I'm going to go where I'm appreciated. A woman will warn me till they can't want them no more. And some men will too. Some of them will just leave. Some of them will warn that woman and keep warning that woman until they can't do it no more. And then now you're wondering, well, what happened? Why are we breaking up? You didn't listen to my warnings.
There you go.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
But it's bad that people can't be honest. It starts with honesty. Relationship, anything, a marriage, it all starts with honesty.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't be honest with that person, then y'all don't need to talk at all.
There you go.
If you don't want to tell that man, tell that woman, I'm not here for a relationship. I just want to hit it and quit it, or I want you, Susie Lou down the street, Chiquita around the corner.
Yeah.
Well, then they can't have the cake and eat it too, to be honest with you.
But a lot of males want that cake and eat it too.
that's
Some
what I'm saying.
ice cream on the side and a soda to wash it down.
I want to step on.
That's the thing. The way things are going on nowadays, there are women and men that's okay with it.
Oh yeah.
So why not?
The swingers.
Why not?
The swingers. Oh, the open marriage.
The open everything. It ain't just marriage. People just open.
With open relationships, open marriage.
I wanna say.
I don't understand open marriages. I ain't gonna even lie. I don't get that at all. I don't like sharing. So
There you go. We want to be stingy with our sausages and our pussycat.
Come on, Eric.
Yeah, right. Mr. Brewer has
I
something to
think
say.
I want to make sure that what I
brother, I'm ready to smoke his opinion. Come on with it.
Somebody else.
I just want. Oh, he's somebody talking.
Go ahead.
Look at your
Okay. Mr. Eric.
comments right here on this.
Oh, somebody got a comment.
Oh, my husband. My husband.
Hey, Drew.
Hey.
How you doing? That's
She said, how you doing, babe? Babe.
What?
She said, how you doing?
I said, they can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine.
We're talking about wondering penises and wondering vaginas. Why? Wondering penises and wondering vaginas. Why?
I'm not talking about community.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called, community.
Yeah. Well, why do they cheat when they're married or in a relationship?
Greedy. Selfish.
He said greedy, selfish.
Yep, that's true too.
I also told them, man, you might be able to clarify this better. Remember we had this conversation, maybe what was it, a few months ago, and where you were telling me that certain freaky things the men want, they refuse to do it with their wife because they have their wife on a pedestal.
Like, I mean, you might even hear comedians joke about it. It's like,
Come so they can actually hear you. At least get closer since you
I can hear.
be in front of the camera.
Cause the men in here call bullshit on that.
Right here. I mean, they already just seen you walk past like 3-4 times. You always on a mission, baby. But can you clarify it, because I was explaining it and Eric was one calling it BS. Which
And Newsom called it BS.
You can explain it better.
I'm just saying the reason for it is BS because it doesn't sound like that's a.
I don't know like on a horse's mouth, you know what I'm saying? And I've heard a couple of comedians say where like certain things a man don't want to use wife or
You know
lady
you on TV,
that
right?
he would do
Okay.
to some chick he just just having a sexual relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like they feel like let your brother in.
Do you feel that way?
And not put her in the side chick position.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I get what he's
And
saying.
not white.
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
Yeah. So in other words, they don't want to feel like they cheat their wife like the side chick.
Right.
It's just certain things to do with the side chick and how they gonna treat the side chick. They don't want to treat their wife like that. Or their girl.
Excuse.
It is.
That's it, still. There.
Eric understanding what I was trying to say.
But I do understand what he's saying. That's the mentality of somebody that has a side piece and have a wife. He's justifying it.
Say still justifying his BS.
He's justifying it by saying, okay, I got this woman that's gonna give me.
think that way.
Yeah, some men do think that way. I was one of the men that thought that way. So hold on. I was one of the men that thought that way, so I understand where you're coming from now. When y'all said put the one on the pedestal, then I was like, yeah, no. But treat the one that I'm screwing around with versus the one that I'm with different. Because I'm not going to treat that woman that I'm screwing around with like I treat my wife.
You're going to treat her like trash.
I'm gonna get, my wife called me and want money. I'm going to give my wife money. This girl called me and told me she wants something while my wife wants something. She ain't getting nothing. Because that's just my side piece.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I understand where he's talking about.
No.
Ain't nothing for me to say because it's just this. He explained her. He explained
He said she feel.
It says still lying. It's still lying on them.
Oh, I know it's lying.
What are you doing?
I was trying to get her back.
She'll be back.
Well,
I think
This ass is kicked off. Alrighty.
It's funny, Nicole ain't saying nothing, but
I ain't had a chance and I don't.
Well, since we
I
still
mean,
on here.
I asked
Since we
her some
still on here,
questions.
I want to clarify something. So I want to clarify this before we get done with this. I want to clarify something. Okay. So I think there's been a miscommunication between us when I say sex doesn't have nothing to do with marriage in its whole. Because to me, marriage is a spiritual thing.
Yes.
The physical part of marriage, sex has something to do. Okay with. But when she was talking about when she had the problem with her body,
Yeah.
and that year or whatever time that she didn't do nothing, her husband was faithful and everything they're saying.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get, let me put it in a different perspective. I'm saying when you have the mentality with your woman that sex is good and everything is good, but if it was over at that instant of a minute, I'm going to still be with her, I'm going to still love her and still treat her right. Whether it comes back or not, that's what I'm talking about. So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I truly believe that if you love that woman, that I'm just telling you from my experience and learning from my failures. I'm not talking about me just being a humble man and was married. No, I'm talking about from my failures and learning and coming back with God and learning different.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is, if you can't be with your woman when you can't have sex with her, bro, being with her when she will have sex with you, man, you gonna end up cheating anyway. Because eventually you're gonna find something that you like. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
you have to go searching before you get to that point.
Yeah.
It's all about a mindset.
It is always.
So if you get to the point, if your wife is down, like she was, and her husband, it's amazing to me. I give brother all credit, all props. There are different avenues that a man probably will go. But if he's not going to cheat on his wife, that's good. I'm with him on that, 120. But at the same time, he had a mindset to say, I'm not going to go this extra area.
You're right about that. And
So-
I cannot lie about that.
So,
You are
I mean,
100% right about
just
that.
like you have a mindset that said, okay, I'm going to do this.
Right.
If we all have that mindset that we're going to follow accordingly and do accordingly, then we don't have that problem.
That's true.
But if we have a mindset to say, it doesn't matter what Coley Cole does, I think I'm going to do what I want to do.
Back to what he said. Greed, don't give a
Yep,
damn.
that's selfish.
Okay.
Selfish.
And I say assumptions.
Jump shit.
If your spouse can't do nothing and your other spouse still have needs, somebody should be willing to do something to satisfy those needs, so they won't be willing to just step out.
Of course. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, the person could give you head.
And job.
Hand jobs and stuff like that. That's
Give
true.
the ball.
I'm not saying that person shouldn't do nothing. And I want you to understand. I'm not saying sex don't matter. I'll admit that. But love is more. It's greater than that. Is what I'm trying to get at. Because I know the love of God, and the love of God is way greater than that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, we can talk different ministry, whatever we do, but we both know the love of God is way greater than that. To think about Him is just being in His presence. When you in His presence, you're not gonna be thinking about sex.
I have.
I'm sorry.
I have.
I'm sorry.
mind went
when
there.
I'm in my
before.
worship, I don't mean to do this, and I'm not going to get this because I'm a worshiping person.
Okay.
I'm a worshiping
back.
person. But when I get in my worship with the Lord and I'm in that Holy Spirit is reminding to me of what He does for me, I'm a different zone.
I've been there.
I'm in the spiritual presence of God at that point in time. And I don't care what you think, whatever you say, that's Him. That's Him putting His anointing on me. And I don't care what you telling me about anything else. Even my wife don't matter then. Only He matters in that worship. I'm just being honest with you. That's how I feel. So if you don't feel that way, I ain't saying you. I'm just saying a person. I'm doing person in general.
Right.
And because I respect the man, and he has some great points in what he said. Most of the things he said, I'm 100% with the brother on, and I'm serious. Very intelligent. And that's what I'm saying.
Here. Oh yeah, here. I spit knowledge.
The conversations were very good, very informative. I learned some things from it, and I'm being real about it. I want to take something away from here that'll put in my life.
What?
Huh?
Which one? What you want? Okay, never mind.
It's personal. Thank you.
Okay, it's personal. I sat here told everything. What? I mean, I've
You
been.
acting like Pootie Tang. I told everything.
I don't even know who Pootie Tang is.
It's a movie.
Let me stop.
It's a movie.
No. You have any words you want to close with on Roman V's and P's?
I mean, basically,
How to identify Roman V or P?
you can't identify that.
No.
So you'll never be able to identify
No.
that. Because
No.
Just learn the don'ts.
one thing we have to realize, men are visual.
Mm-hmm.
Women are emotional.
Mm-hmm.
A woman is led by her emotions. So she's going to go on what she feels. Men are visual. If a man gets tired of that vision,
Mm-hmm.
he might step out.
Mm.
But if he has a mindset that he's locked on that vision, ain't no way in the world he's going
So
nowhere.
we're spiritual.
So that again is where you telling the Christian women and monogamous women to develop a freak flag.
I mean,
To give him something in now.
every woman should be a freak. I mean, y'all, there's a song that Ludacris did. A woman should be a lady in the street and a freak in the bed. There's no avenue that a husband should not be able to cross.
I agree with that one.
No different than a woman. There's no avenue that a husband should not be able to cross.
I will agree with that one.
They should
They
not do that.
They do it though. What is that?
How do you get it back there?
Well,
Join back in. Where you at?
wow.
Wow, what?
Well, I'm gonna just say,
Addie.
you know, you go into a marriage,
Yeah, you put that back
you know,
over there.
and you can be all freaky as you want it, and you got a whole bunch of wonderful stuff going on. And like I said, a lot of stuff going on in your marriage, or either in a relationship, and you're doing all those freaky things, you're doing all those wonderful things, but stuff happens, life happens, where sometimes the person begin to get medical problems. Like I say, they can have diabetes or high blood pressure. The monkey don't rise up no more, you know. And you know, yes, you know, sometimes the women stuff dry out. Stuff,
That's why they got lube.
right? That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to add and keep it spicy, you know. And then you gotta understand, once you go into that marriage, whatever happened, I mean, you just gotta go with it. Sometimes, you know, you might lose all that little extra stuff if you are committed to that one person. But you have to try to find ways
Right.
to make it still spicy.
Now
But
you got
sometimes
that cayenne and wasabi in.
you gotta still try to find a way to make it spicy.
Now, okay. You want to close on something, see?
I will have to agree with her. When you've been married for some years, and I mean 10 plus, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, which I pray God bless me to see those type of numbers, and we are fighting to make sure we see those type of numbers. Now, it's definitely important. We don't have a choice. But with sex and the intimacy of sex, that does help keep a marriage together. It can. But when you lose that intimacy, you have to find ways, whether because the other person can't get it up anymore, or she dried up, or y'all too old to be trying to do anything. You have to find a way to keep intimacy. As long as you have communication and intimacy in your relationship and honesty,
Uh-huh.
which is on those three things, or I believe are the very foundation of any relationship or marriage. You're gonna make it through any storm. A lot of marriages, they say, fall apart because of financial. Well, you knew that man didn't have no money when you married.
That's right.
Right.
When you married. So what y'all fighting for over finances now?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but as long as y'all got those three things in your relationship or your marriage, you can go through anything. Is it gonna be easy? No. Like I said, being married or in a relationship, especially being married, is hard. You might as well say it's one of the hardest jobs you'll ever have, because marriage is not only something you do because you love a person, but it's a business, and you got to look at it as a business. It's something that you share, because when you're married, it ain't just, okay, we married, I got his last name, we got kids together, we got a house, we got cars. Well, when you divorce, what happens? Now you got to separate assets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now you got to separate everything in half. You got to remember what you brought before you got married.
I agree.
It's like that, but it's not easy. That's why they say divorce is hard, because it ain't, okay, I just signed the paper, now we're divorced. No. Now I got to take you off my medical. I got to take you I'm in the hospital. You can't come pull the plug and kill me.
Right.
What?
But it's true.
Yeah.
Being married is not just because you love the person, it's a business.
I still like the benefits though. You gotta pay no milk.
I thought you were talking about something else.
When they say to death do us part, that's what you're supposed to mean when you take those vows. And honestly, to say
That's right.
my husband do, we mean to death do us part. Only way we getting out this marriage is one of us croak. And I mean that. You gotta die. You wanna leave? So where am I buried? And I'm we buried for life, and we gonna work hard to keep it. And women and men gotta understand. You gotta keep it. You gotta treasure it, because it's very important. When you break up and you got kids, you gotta explain it to your kids. Now, there are some cases where y'all tried. You done all you could, and it's just y'all are in two different planes now.
Right.
You got two different planes. Y'all done did it. Y'all done tried. Y'all done worked, and it's just not getting back. And that's the only way. You know, divorce is the only option. I can understand. But going out and cheating on your significant other, and we also gotta be real. Everybody not married.
Right.
Everybody don't go to church. Everybody don't read the Bible.
That's true.
Nobody said licensed and unlicensed people.
They don't know how awesome God is, but they do know about somebody cheating on you, or them cheating on somebody else, or being in a relationship getting hurt. And I'm hoping that this is reaching out for them and being an advocate for them as well.
Right.
Because they understand that that's not what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
That wasn't, if that's what happened, leave the relationship. Don't give them another chance. Just go about your business and find somebody that wants you. That want to be faithful. That want to build something with you. If there's something that if you see marriage in your life, then you be with a person that sees that the same thing, that's on the same page, lane with you. And first things first, people need to stop lying to each other. The first day, y'all need to be talking about go. Do you see yourself 10 years from now, 5 years from now, in the future? Do you see yourself 3, 4 other women? Do you see yourself building something with somebody? Do you see yourself married to a woman? Don't lie about it, tell the truth.
I'm just gonna say, some people lie to themselves. Don't know how to be honest.
You should let me know, so I don't get my hopes up thinking there's a future somewhere where it ain't.
Right.
Just tell the truth. And when you tell the truth, I guarantee you'll find somebody, a woman, a man, or whatever, that's on the same page,
Thank you for your closing words.
I want to touch up on one thing. I've been going, it's a little bit different, not that much different what we're talking about, but I've been going through, I was telling you about, and telling Nicole about a friend of mine. She was in an abusive relationship. And throughout this conversation we've been talking, I was thinking about, I talked to a lot of women that's been abused. That's where God has been putting me. And this girl I know, I ain't gonna get into her whole story, but she was with this man for a long time. He was on drugs. She still was with him. Went to prison. She came back. She was still with him. He straightened up for her a couple of years. Got back on drugs. She still was with him. Finally, they end up getting married. It started going well. He had changed his ways and stuff. Well, about a year ago, he started getting back on heroin and whatever, and he went over the house, and his mother was trying to stop him from hitting her with the baby in her arms. And the police came, and they had to tase him. He hit the police. He hit his mother. He threw the baby. It was really bad. So right now he's in prison. And she's without him. But we would think that after all that going on, that this person would not even give this person a time of day. But she still is going to visit him.
Somebody needs to be talking to her.
And they're still married.
Oh, that's that marriage part. Oh.
My thing is, with this little saying is, everything that we're talking about, but sometimes women and men, you can be in an abusive relationship, and a relationship is no good for you, but you got them blind eyes on.
Right.
And it goes back to what you were saying, but this is more to the extreme of it.
Right.
You got blind eyes on. I mean, he is physically doing something, or she is physically doing something to you, but you won't see past that one thing, but he did this day something for me, so that validates who he is, because he did something for you one time, so you justifying all the other things that he have done to you. So what I'm just saying to my end of the story is, young people, when you're in a relationship, if you can see that relationship is good for you, I understand that. But if any of these things that I have said is in your relationship, to let you know, you are in the wrong relationship and you need to get out of it.
Toxic.
Because anytime a man or a woman has to put their hands on you and abuse you and do drugs and all that kind of stuff around you, that is no way love.
Nope.
That is no way love. That has nothing to do with love. And I just wanted to say that to the young people, because I see that a lot in young people. They get in relationships where one is abusive and the other one is justifying what the other one's doing. And that's something that should not happen. So that's all I got to say.
Alrighty. Oh, I thought you were saying something.
He said that's contentment. She done got too comfortable, and she made it like that's the way of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not.
It's not.
And it's not. You should never be comfortable with a man beating on you.
Yes.
Nope.
Or a woman. Because we can be abusive too.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
It's just not physical. It can be mental abuse.
That's right.
That's even worse. A bruiser heal that mindset to play over and over. Alrighty. We're gonna wrap this up. So, you got a hustle on the side that you want to promote?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we have Eric with Definition Plumbing, Cully Cole with Sweets and Treats and Charming Legacy, and we have Dwight and Lee of Visual Minds 314. It's their Facebook, Mercy All-Star, Unique Mercy Fashion and Alterations, Belly No Worries, IG Video Dancer, and Marvel alternatives coming soon. Alrighty, people. Y'all have a blessed night. Truth is out.
Peace out.